Let's perform a quick fingerprint sensor speed test on OPPO Find X9. And over here on this device we have ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, so the speed of the sensor should be rather quick. And let's find out if that is the case. So over here we have our fingerprint sensor. This is where it is located on the screen. I have set up my finger, and we're gonna see how long we have to hold our finger in order to unlock the device. So first a gentle tap. As you can see, it unlocks pretty much immediately. There is literally no need to, well, actually there is apparently a need to actually hold the finger for a tiny bit of a second. So if you just gently tap, the phone may not recognize your fingerprint, but it still does really great job. I would say it is really great. Of course, if you apply a screen protector or there's actually a theory that says that if you change the animation of the fingerprint sensor, then it slows down. So I'm gonna test that in a second, if that's true. So as you can see, after a couple of uses of the fingerprint sensor, we can see that at least from the lock screen, it is really quick. It recognizes the fingerprint almost instantly. In some rare cases, you might actually need to hold for just a tiny bit longer. So now we're gonna try when the screen is off. So over here we should have our sensor. Now the sensor is actually hidden. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just tap. Unfortunately, it didn't discover. So I'm gonna wait for the sensor to disappear again. And I'm gonna hold now a little bit longer. So I can feel a little vibration when trying to unlock the device. And as long as there is this circle over here, okay, so it's definitely slower. You can still hold for a tiny bit of a second. You don't have to really hold for that long to be able to unlock the device when the screen is off. But I want to also check if that's the case, if the circle is not visible. You may notice that, oh, here we have this tiny little circle. So now it is gone. And it seems to be working just fine as well. So the good news is that you don't have to have always on display enabled to be able to unlock your device without going to the lock screen. Actually, I misplaced my finger, unfortunately. So let's try again, just in a second. I would say it's still fast, of course. As you can see, I don't have to hold it for too long. So I would say it's a really good, really well-made fingerprint sensor. So now we're gonna test the theory that I mentioned before. We're gonna change the animation of the fingerprint sensor. Let's say we're gonna choose this flare over here, and let's see if it's actually slower. And I'm gonna do this in the lock screen. Is it any slower? Is it slowing down? No, I don't think so. So the animation is not even played fully. Like if I try to tap, as you can see, it is pretty much gone instantly, so there's even no chance to see the animation. You just have to hold for longer to actually have the animation. If the phone recognizes that you lift your finger, and then the animation is just cut. It just stops. There we go. But if I hold my finger, the animation is actually there. So quite interesting. I think it's a pretty good decision that they decided to do so. Although I guess some people would prefer to actually have this animation regardless if you hold the finger for longer or not. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, leave a like and subscribe.